Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a really exciting unboxing video to share with you guys. I say that because this is a new acquisition, and it's something that I can't believe I have never owned. I actually reviewed this knife a long time ago and thought, if I get an opportunity, I'll buy one of these. And then it was like 3 years later, I realized, hey, I've got an opportunity to buy one. I think a lot of you probably received yours right around this time, so this will be fun. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to share that experience with you guys. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I don't know if they're still taking orders for these. If they are, I will link them down in the description for you guys to check out. These envelopes are taped on top to protect my shipping info because it's on both sides of the box. Ah, yes, of course, hair. That's what we want. Yay, that's always fun to clean up. So, but anyways, yeah, I did a review on this knife a long time ago, and you guys will be able to check it out. If there is, there it is right there. If there is a reason to take a look, a deeper look at this knife, which there probably is, then I will absolutely do that. Okay. Oh boy, I forgot what the steel was. Yeah, so this will be EDC'd. This is the North Arm Skaha 2. Oh, just like I remember. That ultra clicky D10. You know what's interesting? Didn't these used to have like steps on the blade? Look how beautiful that is. That is just about the most ideal stone-washed finish that I could ask for. That, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with my channel, and I talk about the varying stone-washed finishes and the ones that I like the high-polished ones for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think it looks really nice, and number two, it helps increase the corrosion resistance, the higher polish on the blade. Now, that's not really going to be a problem, because what we have here is Magna Cut in 60 to 62 Rockwall. I didn't realize this was a G10 and carbon fiber laminate. Is that actually the case? G10 and carbon fiber, really? It doesn't look like that. It looks like the whole thing is carbon fiber. Hold on. Let's look at the inside here real quick. Well, probably need an actual light. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look like a G10 and carbon fiber laminate. That looks like carbon fiber all the way through. What do they mean? Handle material, G10 laminate, carbon fiber. Interesting. I wonder if that's just, is it on everything? I don't know. Okay. Well, they list it as a G10 and carbon fiber laminate, but if we look at this, that looks like solid carbon fiber to me. Something that I really like about the construction of this is that the liner is nested. Oh God, that is so smooth. Man, the flipping action. Holy moly, that is smooth. It's been so long. I plan to EDC this because I really like the general profile. I'll admit, the flipper tab is nicely rounded off, and even with the jimping on this side, it still feels really rounded. Ergonomically, though, it does actually angle into your fingers, which might be a little bit of an issue. But overall, I think the cutting profile, the cutting geometry of the blade might make up for any subtle discomfort there is in the handle. Wire clip, I remember this clip. I remember pointing out that it felt like they had mounted it lower than they should have, but that's obviously a preference and not necessarily a universal standard. And even if that is the case, this is still a medium depth carry, so it's fine. Though, really, it's not so much the depth of carry that I'm concerned with, it's where the bill of the clip meets your hand, right? So it's funny coming back to this years later. Because I've kind of honed in like my expectations, and a lot of stuff has changed to the point where, yeah, you know what? Either way, this warrants a re-review. I love that they don't have the steps on the blade, actually. I think that's really, really nice. The liner lock looks good. I would imagine at this point they know exactly how to do a, liner lock, and that's clearly is the case. No blade play up, down, left, or right. I cannot believe this is all. I'm going to be honest with you. It's almost too smooth for me. Like, it's ridiculously smooth. That's such a silly complaint, right? Wonderful push button experience though. I like a little bit more of a controlled action. I don't know. If that doesn't change the centering, I might actually tighten that up just a little bit. Got to be careful with that though, because you don't want the bearings to like imprint, right? And create like a bumpy action. So, yeah, it just looks absolutely beautiful. And I think my favorite thing ergonomically, where it might also kind of make up for this weird angle of the flipper tab, is the fact that the scales are beautifully contoured. I wonder why they have they ever done a titanium version of this? Because I'll tell you what, if they did a titanium version with titanium scales, I would opt for that in a heartbeat. The crazy thing about this is it's so lightweight. I mean, a titanium one, obviously, people are going to say, well, if it's titanium, it kind of kills the purpose because that's such a lightweight knife, right? I don't think the titanium would add enough weight for me that it would bother me, but maybe you. The overall length of this knife, surprisingly, is not quite 8 inches overall. I really thought it was 7.75 with a 3.4 inch blade, 3 1/8 on the cutting edge, thanks to, I'm going to say that's just an enlarged sharpening choil area. I'm not sure that I want to put my finger there. But anyways, 3.35 to 3.4 inches of blade. Let's weigh it, because this feels absurdly lightweight without feeling, cheap. Yeah, wowzers. 2.75 ounces. That is ridiculously light. It's the first, this is going right in my pocket. Going straight to EDCing this. It just feels really, really great. It is amazing to me that they can achieve such solid lockup and have the action be so smooth. I mean, I think any seasoned knife person would feel the action and go, "Ooh, we got to check the lockup solidity because that's ridiculously smooth." But it's so smooth. Man, oh man, what a high quality item. Now these are going to be more expensive, right? Than these are small batch. These are not mass produced, right? This isn't Spyderco. This isn't Benchmade. Nothing like that. But these come from Canada, so it takes a little bit to get to you, but honestly, outside of some little nitpicks that are really preferences, I mean, like my design critique, my only real design critique is just the angle of the flipper tab, right? But outside of that, and a couple of preferences like where the pocket clip is, and maybe the silliest complaint in the whole world, the knife might be too smooth. I'm really, really happy with this. I opted for carbon fiber. Just because I thought, if I'm going to pay that much, I might as well get something that's flashy and cool, right? But I'm really happy with this. I'm happy to finally have one in the collection that I can actually EDC. I think that's really cool. That's going to be pretty much it. We've weighed it, we've measured it. There's really nothing else to say until we actually do the full review, unless you guys would probably maybe want to see some size comparisons. Let's put it up against the Demco 80-20.5. Let's put it up against the Hogue Deca. Very similar overall size to the Hogue Deca and Benchmade Bug Out. It's just thicker because of the contoured scales, and honestly, I much prefer it to both. How about up against like the Spyderco Para 3? There we go. And what's another good one? Maybe the CJRB Pyrite for a budget option there. That's very similar. The Skaha feels like a larger knife than it is. It feels like a knife that's at least 8 inches, and I understand that's just a 1/4 inch difference, but I think a lot of people who have them probably know what I'm talking about. It doesn't feel like a Bug Out or Deca size knife, despite it being essentially the same overall length. So, anyways, that's going to be it today, guys. Watch for the full review a few weeks down the road. Links in the description. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.